One of the hardest decisions to make in life, guys, is the decision of choosing your life partner. It's hard because you have to actually do it right, because it's a lifetime decision. It's got to be right. So, guys, today I want us to talk about what really truly matters when it comes to the person you want to settle down with. Why? Most of the time, we actually get to a point where we consider things that don't really matter at all. Of course, we feel like it looks so good to have such a kind of person, but at the end of the day, does it matter when it comes to the two of you? Because the things I'm going to actually outline are things that probably just look good because of the face you're going to put out there. But in real sense, you should be choosing your partner based on your preferences, because it's you who's going to be living with them on a daily basis and you're going to experience life with them. Otherwise, my name is Martha and thank you so much for joining us today. Of course, it's going to get hotter and hotter. And today, you guys know I'm a relationship enthusiast and it can't take so long before I really get back to what I really like talking about. So guys, just get ready, because today is a candid talk, and I want to say it because I'm also talking about experience in terms of, at this end of the bargain, as a married person, this is what matters most. So you better listen in. So I put down a few things here that I really want to read out aloud because I don't want to miss even one point. I was trying to look at what this, of course, I still relate with young people, and sometimes even I was in this stage where I was like, this is what looks like really matters a lot. And up to the point where you begin choosing the partner you want to settle down with, and that which even ends up in marriage, these are the things that truly make you feel like you can settle with someone. So I'll start with things many single people concentrate on while choosing a partner. These are probably the things I'd say focus less on. Maybe they can be options, they can be opinions, they can be things you can think about, but focus less on them. They don't matter so much when it comes to the other side. Number one is definitely looks. Yes, looks matter, but at the end of the day, if you really want to settle with that person who looks so good, it's fine, but it's very limited. And looks change over time. Yes, looks matter, but they do not matter at the end of the day. To be honest, you want to marry somebody, yes, you can look at what they really, how they really look like. Sometimes it's very important to like the person you are looking at, but my friends, even the most beautiful people, once they settle down and they have the worst character, it doesn't matter at all. So we have physique, of course, people like six pack, whatever, height, all those things. At the end of the day, they won't matter when it comes to marriage. However tall they are, however short they are, that doesn't matter. Eloquence, especially, of course, the English language nowadays, most of the time, yeah, it feels good to have somebody who can speak so eloquently. But guys, that person can actually be eloquent in rudeness. So beware. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter so much. Style, it is in the age of fashion. It matters to look good, but let me tell you guys, in your own home, you won't even care to look how they look like. You will care to look how the heart looks like. General appearance, yeah, that is just basically looks. So, short-term gifts, yeah, sometimes we like people because they sing so well. I mean, they might sing you into other things. A present car, it's convenient to have a car, but guys, cars are not all that it takes to keep a marriage, to be honest. So that's not a factor to consider. A degree, of course, when you hear somebody doesn't even have a degree, you feel like they're not up to task with who you are. A degree does not equal to intelligence. So guys, be careful. Even as you think about somebody who is well learned, please look at how they are able to practically apply knowledge and wisdom outside here. Socialization, yes, we want social people, but at the end of the day, some can even take it to the other level. Just find somebody who's balanced. Place of employment. Yeah, some people are like, I can't say where you're employed. I think I'm not comfortable with the work you do. Maybe somebody who even does shoddy kind of businesses. But let me tell you guys, as long as you have what you need, that is what matters. So you go on looking at people doing bougie jobs and you are going to suffer in your own home. So please, doesn't matter at all. Religious appearance, yes, we want people who can speak deeply, say scripture after scripture, pray for 5 hours. But some of these people can actually be very toxic. So, guys, all these things, yes, they appear to be things that are probably very acceptable in society. But let me tell you, if you look keenly into them in marriage, they don't matter so much, to be honest. Now, I want to go to the next list. What I would desire that you guys actually, from experience, this matters a lot. Deep, positive character. You need somebody who is very, very rooted in the kind of character that matters and that is very, very, no, it's not shaky. Somebody who knows themselves, strong in their identity, and knows themselves in God enough not to be shaken and tossed here and about by things. The other thing is direction and aspiration. You need somebody who has a vision. You need somebody who knows where they are going, and that is easy because you will be able to craft and predict your future. Somebody says it's very easy. You can't, predict your future, but you can create it. At least when you know you have somebody who has created a picture of their future, you know where you're headed. Time, somebody who can create time for you. Yes, sometimes it's as true as 24 hours is a lot of time. If somebody doesn't have time for you, they have just chosen not to have time for you. So, guys, what matters in relationships is somebody being able to create that time for you. Very important. Respect. Oh, Lord. Even beyond love, respect is what matters, guys. Because when somebody respects you, they will do what it takes to express the love they have for you. And sometimes love is just so, it's a blanket of emotions that might not even operate without the equation having respect. Because if I only love you and I don't respect you, that doesn't guarantee me not crossing boundaries that we have agreed in our union. So it's very important to have respect. Financial sense, yes. I've said financial sense. I've not said financial stability. I've said financial sense. Somebody who has good money habits, somebody who is actively trying to seek knowledge and become a better person when it comes to financial growth, and even in terms of wealth creation for your family. Yeah, it's very important. Then we have attention to details. Hey, you, especially for the women, and this even is for the men, because we handle detailed parts of our partners. And trust you me, the kind of person who is able to see the detailed part of you, what you're not saying, the things you're not even able to speak out, those people make you feel more loved than anyone else because they have really been able to try and be in your shoes to be able to, come up with a very detailed way to be able to express their love to you. That one matters a lot. Then you have the desire to continuously get better. If you don't want to grow, avoid marriage. I repeat, if you don't want to grow, avoid marriage. If you can't be somebody who will be able to just go out of who you truly are, yani, you just want to be yourself. This is who I am. Marriage is not for people who are, this is me. Marriage is for people who are ready to become better for the union, because marriage is an entity. We come together to build it. So whatever it requires for me to become a better person, for you, I will do it. Otherwise, for those people who are like, you will have to get used to me, you are not yet ready for marriage. Because what matters most is when somebody can adjust to you, because seasons come, seasons go. You cannot you'll enter marriage, probably even have kids in a few. You cannot say as a man that you cannot even cook in that house, you cannot help with the dishes. I mean, that's a very delicate time for that. Yes, women have helps, but sometimes those helps are not there. Sometimes it's overwhelming even for her, and she needs direct support from somebody she can trust. You have to be present, you have to adjust yourself, you have to grow. If you're not ready for growth, leave marriage alone, because marriage will expose you. It's not there for your comfort. Yeah, the other one is friendship. Oh Lord. Friendship, of course, we've heard about it. Friendship matters a lot. And friendship is just the ability to be you around that person, to just be able to live life without any pressure and being able to do things together seamlessly. So, because love is not everything when it comes to marriage. You need to be able to have fun together, talk, and even be able to have deep conversations, and that is only possible with the strength of a friendship. Intelligence beyond education, as I said earlier, it's not a matter of education. You need somebody who can think beyond books. Then we have skills and actual job here. Yeah, you still need somebody who can provide for that family. Duh. you're not gonna eat love. So guys, you have to work hard. Communication. Oh, this one. You people, these simple things you hear out here, like communication is what my communication is key, friendship, what all those common things. Please don't take them for granted, because the easier you can be able to communicate with your spouse, the less the conflict you have in that marriage. Trust me, because conflict is inevitable, but you can have it easier when it comes to conflict and understanding each other the moment you know you have been able to communicate effectively. So guys, it's important for you to learn communication. It's a process. To date, I'm also still learning so much about communication, but to be honest, you need to start doing that as a single person, because your marriage will only be as strong as you are. Emotional intelligence, oh dear, especially for the men, even for the women. Emotional intelligence is very important, because marriage is an institution full of emotions. If you can't know how to react to things, how to balance what truly matters, when to do this, and how to even respond to certain situations, it's going to be very difficult for you. Then we have spiritual depth. The other one I mentioned was religious appearance. You know, there's a difference between religious appearance and spiritual depth. Guys, religious appearance is just somebody who looks so spiritual, but spiritual depth is somebody who is actually in touch with God. Remember, marriage is a godly institution. There is no way it's going to succeed without you being in touch with the Creator. So, guys, take it as serious as it is. God has to be part of your union, because there are days things will be beyond your own capability. There are days you will not be in your best space to be the best person for your spouse. So be very wary that the devil is very much against your union. He will do everything left, right, and center to put you guys down, especially for godly marriages. So God has to be involved for him to speak to you, for him to even lead you, for him to even guide you for every decision you're making, and even for the children you're raising, so you can be able to be in the right place. You guys know I can say so much about marriage, and it's because it's something that I know can change the world, and that is why I will always keep on bringing insights about the same, even as they keep coming seasonally. But I want to remind you this. I keep on saying this: love is blind, but marriage is the eye opener. This is it. We are blinded by love so much when we're trying to settle down that we forget there's real life in marriage. That is what happens. Then we get into marriage and you realize all these things you thought you could be patient about are actually too unbearable. So you have to be able to ask yourself tough questions before you settle down. Whatever I'm saying I don't like about this person, can I actually, at their lowest point, experience without having to feel overwhelmed? Because you are not coming to marriage for a whole lifetime of a sentence to sadness. It's supposed to be joy and a mission to bring godly offspring and purpose on earth. So there is no way, dear guys, that you can just settle for things that are very, very myopic. You have to look beyond what you're seeing, and don't settle on promises. You settle on the patterns you're seeing. Whatever promises that person is giving you don't matter when you're trying to choose a partner. You are supposed to check their patterns, because changing a human being is one of the hardest things on earth. It's going to take you the whole lifetime, most likely, unless God intervenes. So please settle down with what you're seeing. Stop settling down with hopes of that person. Choose based on what you're seeing, and be very radical about every choice you're making, because love is everything. It's not enough when it comes to marriage. Sometimes we feel like that because we are overwhelmed with emotions just before you settle down. But guys, love is not enough. So sorry. Yeah. So the other thing I want to say is, let me warn these people who just think marriage is a rite of passage. Please don't rope somebody into your own issues just because you're doing marriage for the sake. These are the people who are entering into marriage haphazardly and ending up not honoring the institution of marriage. Marriage is not a must. So if you know you can't handle the weight of marriage, please stay away from marriage and stop destroying people's lives, your children, your spouse, and even generations to come. Marriage is not a must. So if you know you can't be a faithful person, if you know you can't be that person who can be committed to showing love to this person, please do not do it. On top of that, I want to add this verse from the book of 1 John chapter 3 verse 18. Dear children, let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth. I said it. Love is not enough. Love is only and most times proved in the actions. So if you're not ready for marriage, just live life. Prepare yourself if you're looking forward for it. But if you know you don't have what it takes to be in a marriage right now, don't drop somebody into your own issues. Otherwise, guys, I hope we've had a great discussion. I am really, really grateful for the support we've had so far. But if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe today and help the community grow. Sharing this is also very important so that we can have as many people listen and also get to find freedom from the truth. Otherwise, thank you guys for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Ciao.